Okay, we're going to start reviewing for tomorrow's quiz. Please pass out a dry erase board, marker, and eraser, just 3 volunteers to each person. They all get their own. This quiz is going to cover multi-step equations, those special cases, identity and no solution, and the word problems we focused on yesterday. So pause the video if you haven't passed it out already. Alright, our first review problem. Find 2 consecutive integers whose sum is 45. Go ahead and pause the video, and when you come back, I will reveal the answer. Good luck! Alright, on this one, you should have said that x was your first integer and x plus 1 is the second. So when I find the sum, I would write 2x plus 1 equals 45. Subtract 1 from both sides. So I get 2x equals 44. So x would then equal 22. So your final answer should be, the integers are 22 and 23. Alright, good job. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, next problem. The length of a rectangle is twice the width. The perimeter of the rectangle is 24. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. Alright, go ahead, pause the video. When you're done, play to reveal the answer. Alright, you should have said that W was the width, so that means that the length is twice the width, so the length would be 2W. So your rectangle should look like this, because if the length is twice, that just means 2 times the width. So if I combine my like terms, I get 2W plus 2W is 4W. W plus W is another 2W, so it should be 6W equals 24. I divide by 6, so I get W equals 4. So my answer should be that the width is 4, and the length, if I plug in 4 into that W, 2 times 4 is 8. So width is 4 inches, and the length is 8. Okay, try another perimeter problem. The length of a rectangle is 4 inches greater than the width. The perimeter is 24. Find the dimensions. Go ahead, pause, and you'll see the answer soon. Alright, you should have said that the width is W, so the length is 4 greater than the width, so that should be W plus 4. So here would be how my rectangle should look. So if I combine like terms, I have 4W plus 8 equals 24. You should subtract 8 to get 16, divide, so I get W equals 4. So my final answer should be that my width is 4 inches and the length is 8 inches. How did I get 8? I just plugged it in here. 4 plus 4, I get 8. Okay, next one. The sum of 4 even integers is 92. Find the 4 integers. Go ahead, solve it, pause, and reveal the answer. Alright, you should have set it up like this. X is the first integer, x plus 2 is the second, x plus 4 is the third, and x plus 6 is the fourth. So when you combine like terms, that's 4x plus 12 equals 92. Subtract 12, so I get 4x equals 80, so x equals 20. So my final answer is 20, 22, 24, and 26. Alright, ready for the next one. Okay, next problem. Find the 4 consecutive integers whose sum is 66. Go ahead, pause. Alright, the answer, you should have said that x was the first, x plus 1. It did not say anything about even or odd, so it should be x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3. Your equation, when you combine like terms, you get 4x plus 6 equals 66. Solve, so I got x equals 15, so my answers should be 15, 16, 17, and 18. Alright, good. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, the next review problem is another perimeter problem. So go ahead and read that. The perimeter of a rectangle is 24 inches. Find the dimensions if the length is 3 inches greater than its width. Go ahead, pause, and then start again when you're ready for the answer. Alright, the answer. Did you set it up like this? Did you say W is the width? So the length is 3 inches greater than, so it would flip that order, W plus 3. Your rectangle should look like this. So when I add this all together and set it equal to my perimeter, my equation would look like this. 4W plus 6 equals 24. Subtract 6, divide by 4. I did get a decimal. I did get an answer of 4.5. So then the final answer, the width should be 4.5. And when I add 4.5 plus 3, I get the length is 7.5. Hopefully we all got the decimal answer on this one. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, your next problem says find 3 consecutive integers, even integers, whose sum is 54. You may get a decimal answer on this one. So go ahead, pause, and play when you're ready for the answer. The answer is, well, if you set it up like this, your x plus 2, x plus 4, x plus 6. If I combine like terms, I get 4x plus 12 equals 54. If I subtract 12 and then divide by 4, I get x equals 10.5. So my answer should be 10.5, 12.5, 14.5, and 16.5. Alright, next one. Okay, last perimeter problem. The perimeter of a rectangle is 160 meters. The length is 5 more than twice the width. Find the dimensions. Alright, pause and then play when you're ready. Alright, on this one, if W is my width, then the length is 2W plus 5. So your rectangle should look like this. I know when I add up all the sides and set it equal to the perimeter, my equation should be this, 6W plus 10 equals 60. Solving for W, you should get 25. Here, I should get my width is 25, and my length, when I plug in 25, I get the answer of 55. So 25 meters for the width, and 55 meters for the length. Okay, let's practice solving some multi-step equations. Remember, you have to deal with parentheses and the distributive property first, and then combine like terms before you do anything else. In this one, I don't have any parentheses, but I have like terms. So negative 1 plus 8 would give me 7. 7v minus 2v would be 5v. On the other side of the equal sign, I don't have any like terms, so I would just bring everything else down. Now I'm ready to get the variables on the same side, so I'm going to subtract 6v to both sides. So I get 7 minus v equals negative 1. Get the numbers on the same side, I would have to subtract 7. So I get negative v equals negative 8. Remember, there's a negative 1 in front of that v, so I'm going to have to divide by negative 1. So my final answer should be v equals 8. Alright, let's look at another equation on the next slide. Okay, no parentheses again, but I can definitely just combine like terms. So nothing on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, I have negative 7 n plus 8n. So that would give me 1n. Bring down the rest of the problem. I need the n's to be on the same side, so I'm going to subtract n from both sides. If you notice, they cancel out here and here, so I'm left with negative 3 equals negative 3. Remember, that is all real numbers are solutions for n, so I would say identity. Okay, let's try another equation problem. Here's another equation. Go ahead, solve it, and replay when you're ready. This one does have parentheses, so I hope you distributed. So we get negative 15m plus 21 equals negative 8m minus 12, and don't forget that negative 4m in front. Now I have successfully distributed. I can go ahead and combine like terms. On this left-hand side, I have negative 4m minus 15m. So that would give me negative 19m plus 21 equals negative 8m minus 12. There is no other like terms. We need the m terms to be on the same side. So I'm going to go ahead and add 8m to both sides. I get negative 11m plus 21 equals negative 12. Did you subtract 21 from both sides? So I get negative 11m equals negative 33. Divide by negative 11, so m equals a positive 3. Okay, hopefully we got that. Let's try another multi-step equation. Alright, go ahead, try solving this equation. When you're done, press play again on the video. I do have parentheses on here, so when I'm solving, I hope that you distributed first. So I distributed that 3 to both terms. Bring everything else down. I don't have any like terms on the left-hand side, but I do on the right-hand side. When I combine like terms here, I would get negative 14a. Bring down that plus 3 and the left-hand side because there are no other like terms on either side of the equal sign. The variables need to be on the same side, so I would go ahead and move this 14a, this negative 14a, by doing the opposite. So I'm going to have to add 14a to both sides of the equal sign. I would get negative 6. Well, what's negative 5a plus 14a? That would be a positive 9a. Equals 3. Alright, my next step would be to get rid of this negative 6. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to move it over by adding 6. So now I get 9a equals 9. Divide by 9, divide by 9. So a equals 1. Good. Alright, let's try one last equation. Here is our last review problem. Go ahead, copy it down and solve it. Play when you're ready. Alright, for my answer, hopefully you distributed. Got negative 18 plus 30k plus 2k. Over here I have to distribute 2 to both terms to get 2k plus 12. Do I have any like terms? You betcha. On the left-hand side, 30k plus 2k would be 32k. Bring down your minus 18. On the right-hand side, there is no other like term, so we're just going to bring everything else down. Now, I need to get the k's on the same side. I would have subtracted 2k from both sides. So I get 30k minus 18 equals 12. Add 18 to both sides. So I get 30k equals 30. Divide, so k equals 1. Alright, good job. Oh, I lied. There is one more example. One more problem for us to practice for tomorrow's quiz. Okay, last problem. This time I promise. If we did not get through all of these examples in class, you can absolutely access this either from my teacher webpage or I will provide a link. I will give a link to the sub and then they can write it on the board for you to copy down. So if you want to go back and look at these examples and that's a way to help you study for tomorrow's quiz, please do so. Alright, now on to the last problem. Go ahead, copy it down and solve it. The answer, whenever you're ready, go ahead and hit play. Alright, I get negative 14 plus 10x plus 3x equals 13x minus 2. When I combine like terms here, I get 13x minus 14 equals 13x minus 2. I need the variables to be on the same side, so I'm going to subtract 13x. Oh, you do notice that the variables cancel out on both sides, and I'm left with negative 14 equals negative 2. Well, no, it doesn't, so the answer is no solution. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
For one like this, would you have to say that's vertical, but that's with a parallel for the same side? Or would you say none?
What does the description say? So can you please, if, yeah, well, I would, well, if based on this picture, no. But if they were actually given like letters for the angles, I would say yes, because they would say those are vertical and those are.
But for this base, they want them to say no, right?
They want that to be no.
Okay, I was making sure that I'm not.
No.
Okay.
It's not.
Thank you.
Sure.